Hello. Okay, so I wanted to hop on here and just show you a quick hack, which stands for highlighting contour. I got a lot of stuff going on with my crazy face right now, so I have some blemishes, I have some scarring going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm working with my Saint Triple Decker. So the cool thing about Saint makeup is that there are going to be all different layers, and there's all different size compacts as well as designs. I'm just working out of one of the larger compacts tonight. So I'm going to go in and do just a little bit of color correcting, not a ton, because our makeup has super good coverage. I'm actually using Sandy Highlight, which is a couple shades darker than my main highlight color. So I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm going to just lightly go over some of these areas. I'm also a huge fan of Aspen Contour because what Aspen Contour is going to do is it's going to mute any redness that you have on your face. So I highly recommend that too if you have like a lot of redness going on your face, or even if like you are a pimple popper and your acne kind of gets like inflamed. Because I am a picker, which is why I have scarring on my face, and so it's amazing to hide the redness from that as well. So I'm just putting a little bit of that on there, spot treating, and then I'm going to take my 3D brush. And I'm using the bigger side of this brush, and I'm going in with, I'm actually gonna go in, let me switch to that. Let me wipe off my brush really quick. I'm gonna go in with my contour color, so I'm using Stone Contour. And I'm gonna get some of that on the bigger side of the brush. And I'm kind of just using the side. And I like to start right underneath my cheekbone and work my way up. Now the cool thing about this makeup is that you don't have to be precise about where you're placing it because you're gonna blend everything at the very end. So contour is going to create dimension and give you shadows on your face, which give you that 3D look rather than just a flat face, which is what your traditional makeup is going to do. The nice thing about this makeup as well is that you don't have to layer it on. You can just do literally one layer of makeup if that's what you want to do. So I wanted to show you both sides of this brush. So on this side, I used the more of dome side. To do my contour on this side, I'm gonna use the pointy side. So I'm just getting some of that contour on my brush, starting underneath that cheekbone, or if you want to find the top of your ear and go down to about the side of your eye, you can do that as well. And I always tell people just build up to the coverage that you want. And then anything excess I have on my brush, I just take down my jawline. Now, one of the coolest tricks that I've seen with Saint makeup is doing your nose contour with your fingers. So I'm just gonna take my middle finger in my contour color. I'm going to rub my two middle fingers together. I'm going on top of my nose to create contour lines. And I always tell people, if you start looking crazy, you are on the right track. You're gonna have all these lines or dots on your face. Don't worry about it because everything is going to be blended at the end. Okay, so right now we have our contour on our face. I always recommend the blush cleaning tile because it's super nice when you're switching shades, especially when you're doing an eyeshadow. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my main highlight color, which I am using June. You're not gonna need a lot of this product. A little goes a long way. So I'm gonna do right above my contour. I'm gonna go right underneath. And if you can tell, I'm bouncing the brush off of my skin rather than doing a lot of swiping. And so I'm going to leave this makeup list for a second. I'm gonna do the other side. And I really wanna make sure that I'm just pushing it in on this side because I used a color corrector and I don't wanna do swiping and take that color corrector off. Okay, we're going right above the contour. Gonna get the sides of my nose. And then I'm just gonna use the smaller side of this 3D brush and just go over right above my brows. And I have a little bump right there, so I'm just taking my finger and spot treating. Okay, so we have our contour on and we have our main highlight on. Nothing is blended right now, but you can tell that my sides of my face are starting to look a little bit slimmer than starting. So that's what your contour is going to do. And again, I'm using Stone Contour. Okay, let's see. What color do we want to use on our cheeks? I'm gonna do Black Cherry. So that's this one right here. And I'm just gonna stick with the smaller side of the brush. And I'm gonna put that right there. And here's what I tell people. I like to blend my lip and cheek color or my cheek color into my contour. So I'm bouncing this off of my cheek, kind of going a circular motion, and I'm bringing it back over my contour. Now, this is gonna give you a more natural look on your cheeks. So if you really want that color to show, like you want it to look the color that it is, you're just going to build it up. And that time, you don't have to blend it back over your contour because you can tell I've already blended my contour. So I'm just putting that on the apples of my cheeks. Same thing to this side, and I'm using the dome side of this brush to blend. So again, I'm taking it over my contour. You always want to blend your contour up, not down. Okay, so we have that on our cheeks. I'm gonna go back to my blush cleaning tile and I'm going to clean my brush. And now we're gonna go in with our accent highlight, which is my favorite part of the whole process because I have super dark circles under my eyes and this brings everything together. So I'm using the smaller side of my brush. I'm getting a little bit of that product on there. And keep in mind, all of these tins, so each one of these is a tin, are magnetic and they pop in and out of your compact. They make life so easy, especially on the go, traveling, whatever. You're gonna put this accent highlight underneath your eye, so that's where I didn't have any makeup. And you're basically making like a triangle. You're gonna put a teeny bit on your chin and then a teeny bit on your brows. Okay, clean your brush a little bit and then bounce it off of your face to blend. It's literally so easy. I'm just going back and forth, blending it to about my temple. I'm kind of taking it around my nose, blending that. And then I'm gonna take I'm still with the dome side of the brush, the circle side, and I'm just going in circular motions to blend in that contour on my forehead. Make sure you blend in your jawline contour. Now what I'm gonna do is take the side of this brush and I'm gonna blend out this nose contour. And I like to blend it out before I put a color in between those lines, because what I notice sometimes when you blend it out, you don't want to get your darker color on top of your light, because then it kind of takes away from it. So now we're gonna go with the accent highlight and go, which is the lighter of the two colors. So it's the color that I put underneath my eyes, that I put between my brows and on my chin. And I'm gonna just bounce it off to blend. Or you can blend it with your finger. And so you have done your whole face. You would want to go ahead and set it now, or if you want to add bronzer, you can add bronzer. If you want to add illuminator, you can add illuminator. Let's see what I have in my compact. I literally have, so on my first layer, I have all my highlight colors and all my contour colors. And then on my second layer, I have my lip and cheek colors. And then on my bottom layer, I have eyeshadows and I have illuminators. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually do an illuminator if I can find my brush. This is the blend brush. And I'm just gonna get a little bit of that on there. And I take it to the top of my cheekbone to about my temple. You can also take it on the bridge of your nose. And then I'd like to take the main brush that I used. So I was using the 3D brush, and I like just to push it in so it looks a little bit more natural than it looks just like sitting on my face. And we're gonna go in with nude and just add a little bit of that on our lip. So my favorite thing to set with, especially in the summer, and I'm not gonna set it right now, but I like to use Airspun. Here it is. I like to use this, and I use a light layer like in my T-zone area and underneath my eyes, and then I love to go in over it with the All Nighter setting spray. I'm telling you, your makeup will stay in place literally all day. So if you have any questions or you want to be color matched, let me know. Have a good night.